Fridge Magnet is a free community calendar of announcements and underwritten by Watson Motors, Lakeshore Automotive and Tire, McGee Insurance, and West Michigan CMH on 102.7 MOM FM.
It is 102.7 MOM FM, 9:25 now. A little bit overcast conditions out there from time to time today. And sunshine, though, breaking on through for the afternoon hours. We're going to check that forecast for you coming up. But in the meantime, we want to recognize an individual here in the studio with us. Something you can watch on our Facebook Live right now, as well as YouTube Live. You can listen to it over your radio, also your smart devices like your Amazon Alexa, your Google Home, and streaming at WMOM.FM. It's another one of our Citizen of the Week recipients here on MOM FM. This morning, we're talking with Danielle Schmock. Danielle, welcome to the studio. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We get to talk about you today. How do you feel about that?
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, the nominations come in at WMOM.FM. Individuals within our community, within our listening area, that are making an impact right here on the community. And a nomination came in for you. Actually, a couple of them came in for you. And the process, so we look through the nominations, and then we decide here at the radio station that the Citizen of the Week recipient, and you are this week's Citizen of the Week recipient. You are very involved with Coats and Boots for Kids. We recognize that name, but how long have you been part of this? What was that start of it, and where are you at now in regards to the process?
My mother-in-law and I took over Coats and Boots, I want to say over like 5 years ago. Linda actually couldn't do it no more. So she had an ad out online, and I got a hold of my mother-in-law, and I said, hey, this is something that we should do for the community. Mm-hmm. So I've been involved in, about the last 5 years. I haven't really done much this winter with it. I kind of let my sister-in-law and mother-in-law just kind of do it. I kind of did my own little branch out and just kind of helped out families, that I knew that needed it. Mm-hmm. I've just done a lot with trying to help, as much people as I can. I know it's a huge demand. You don't realize how many kids don't have coats or boots or snow pants, or they have boots that have holes in the bottom, and snow's getting in and their socks are getting wet. So it's a huge demand, and I noticed that years ago when I was at Foster Elementary having lunch with one of my kids, and I was like, man, what? It broke my heart. So that's when I seen the ad on Ludington Cares that Linda was posting. I was like, this is going to be good, because I already have kids, that I know that could use the help. So a lot of people just don't like to ask, and I get that. It's, you feel embarrassed, or you don't want people to think less of you, but if you need the help, don't be afraid to reach out, because there are people in this community that would love to help you and your children. So
let's talk about your nomination. I just want to read the nomination to give our listeners and our viewers a little bit of that foundation about you. It says, Danielle is just an amazing soul. She has 4 boys, works from home, helps her husband run a business. Danielle and her mother-in-law run Ludington Coats and Boots for Kids. I've been sick the last 5 months, and Danielle reached out to me and asked if there was anything that she could help me with, since I'm having a very hard time. Danielle asked how my girls' winter gear was. I told her that a couple of my girls out of my 6 girls could use new coats and snow pants. Obviously, that's where Coats and Boots for Kids comes into play. Yeah. Danielle asked me the sizes and said she will see what she can do. Well, Danielle is always willing to give a hand, always looks out for others. And she says, I know for a fact Danielle has helped out a lot of families in the Mason County area. From Coats and Boots, snow pants, Danielle has even spent a lot of her own money on shoes, food, and clothing for the kids in the Ludington area. Just talking about Danielle brings tears to my eyes. I really can't thank Danielle enough for everything she has done for my family and a lot of the families in the area. And she definitely deserves this recognition. Another one also came in, and I will read this one if you don't mind listening to others talk about you, by the way. She says, Danielle is a beautiful person inside and out. Danielle went way out of her way to get coats and boots for my 5 kids. Danielle knew I was going through a very hard time and dropped off a lot of venison burger, roast, hamburger, and chicken. Danielle always checked in and made sure we were doing okay, always asking if there was anything that she could help with. Danielle lifted our spirits when I was down and hopeless, wondering how I was going to pick myself up and do this for my kids. She is truly my angel. Danielle, thank you for going out of your way, taking my kids to school, getting them warm gear, food on our table, and all the positive vibes. So, What do you think about when you hear others talk about you like that?
That's amazing. You don't, some people, just the littlest things that you do, they appreciate it so much. And when I dropped off some of the burger that I did to a lot of families, actually, just how happy and, thankful they were. Like, this one lady was just in tears. Oh, thank you so much. I was worried I didn't have no meat. I wasn't going to be able to feed my kids. So just hearing that and seeing the happiness just brings so much joy to my heart. So if I can just help out and do the littlest thing to help somebody, I will do what I can. So. And
it sounds like, you're answering my next question, which is what drives you to do this? And what does keep you motivated and keep going down this trek?
Well, honestly, I was a single parent. So I know what it's like to struggle. Even if you are married or single, me and my husband, we started out pretty much at the bottom, and what we have today is we worked very hard together. I think that's the key, is you got to work together. And if I have anything extra, I will do whatever I can to help somebody else out, just because I've been there. I know what it's like to struggle. Believe me, I've been there. I was a single mom. I went through everything, on my own. So that is really what drives me, is I've been there, and I just want to try to help out whoever I can.
Absolutely. Let's talk about over the last 5 years as part of Coats and Boots for Kids, or just in general, you helping others. There has to be one moment during that 5 years or even farther back that really sticks out for you that says, well, it's all well worth it. What is that moment?
When I went to Foster Elementary to have lunch with my child, this was, he was in 4th grade, so years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and this little boy it was wintertime, and he, literally, the sole of his boots were just like, coming out. The aides were telling him that he couldn't go out to recess because he didn't have the proper gear, and he sat on the bench just crying, was just devastated. So I told my husband, I said, you finish having lunch, I'll be back. So I ran up to Walmart and I got the boy, I checked his boot, which he kind of thought I was a little, like, what is this lady doing? And I checked his boot, and I ran up to Walmart and I got him a pair of boots and a pair of gloves, because I see that he didn't have any. And he was just so thankful. He cried. He said that he's never had anything brand new before. And just seeing the joy on his face and how thankful he was, he probably gave me 50 hugs. He was just so thankful, and he could go out for recess because I guess he's been having to sit in. So that is really what motivated me right there. That was, he was like crying, I was crying. So it was just a good moment, and he was just so appreciative. Just a kid that young was just so thankful that he got a new pair of boots. You don't realize how many kids probably don't get new clothing or new toys. So he was just very thankful, and that is really what touched my heart. Absolutely.
Is there struggles though? Is there the tough times that come along as well for you? That's like, I don't know if I can help this family or keep going and doing this. Is there those moments too?
Yeah, there was a couple. There was a lady that had a hoarding issue, and she had some children, and if she, she was afraid that Child Protective Services was going to come in. So I went into this house, and I spent probably about 2 weeks of my time, cleaning out this house for her children. And that was when I really just wanted to kind of give up, because just the math, it was just...
Yeah, it's tough.
But it was very tough. But I just kept telling myself, these children need a good home. These children cannot be taken away from their mother. I seen that they had a very good relationship. They were close with her. That would just have devastated the family.
Yeah.
So that was one of the times that was just something, like, man, do I really want to keep doing this? But it's all worth it. I helped a single mother this winter pay her water bill. That was her Christmas gift. Me and my family, we try to donate. We pick 2 families every year for Christmas, and we will, give them a decent little Christmas that we can. This year we did 4. We picked 2 extra. Just because there was such a huge need, so many people in Mason County just needed help. So we did 4 this winter. That was really great. The lady was very appreciative. Her water was going to get shut off, actually. So she was just very appreciative. They could shower, they were just very thankful. The little boy was just like devastated. We're not going to have water for Christmas. So that was something that really touched my heart also.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up today, what would be your message to somebody out there that kind of hasn't stepped up and helped and volunteered, but always, have thought about it in the back of their mind? What is that message to them to get them motivated?
You don't have to go crazy. Even the littlest things. You can put food in the Ludington Care Box. Like, instead of you make dinner and it's going to go to waste, nobody's going to eat it, put it in a to-go container and go put it in there and post it on the Ludington Care site. Something so simple like that will bring so much joy to somebody. And really just be kind. You never know what other people are going through. You never know what they've been through. And just because they have a smile on their face, it does not mean that they are not going through a hard time. So I just be kind. Just be kind to others and try to help out. The littlest thing will really make a big difference.
Good advice there. Danielle Schmock is joining us this morning, recognized as a WMOM Citizen of the Week, presented by Wesco and Timbers Prime. And speaking of that, we have some things for you, Danielle. And this is a crystal that has your name on it. It's going to something that you can look at and say, you know what, you are making an impact. Because sometimes we work behind the scenes, right? And sometimes not recognized, but this is just that little recognition for you today.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome. Timbers Prime has come on board and given you a $100 gift card so you can go out to eat and kind of take the family or your husband out and say, you know what, we get a chance to take a little bit of a break there. And hopefully that's rewarding for you.
Yes, thank you.
And then I know it sounds like you're driving around a little bit, so Wesco is giving you a $50 gas card so that you can fill your tank a little bit or put some in there to get you to your next destination. And Danielle, you're going to be invited back at the end of the year to a dinner on WMOM. And at that dinner, 2 individuals within the community of Citizen of the Week recipients will vote for 2 people that will receive $1,027 each from WMOM to continue to advance what they're doing out there. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Chris.
If you missed this segment in regards to Danielle Schmock, Citizen of the Week recipient here on Mom FM, you can watch it on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, and keep doing things that help the community, Danielle. You're making an impact every single day.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's nice to hear, the nice feedback of what you do. It's really appreciated. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you. It is now 9:39 on 102.7 Mom FM. Stick around, a sports update next. More music on the way, too, on Mom FM.
Sports.